Let's face it, Rec Room loses loads of their older player base daily. Although it's sad to us, it's a very normal part of the gaming cycle. It's pretty rare for someone to never put down a game. You can't tell me that your ass is still playing Wii music in 2024. But a lot of these players just drop the game and move on, and don't really look back. But let's save that philosophical deep dive for another video! This video is for you. You who put down Rec Room, tried to move on, but kinda missed the game. Or you've been actively playing, but aren't really enjoying the game anymore. That player was me. As many of you know, I took a really long 6-month break from the game and thought I was done forever. But here I am 6 months later, standing in the middle of a Rec Room paintball field. So, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm the most qualified to talk about this topic. Here is how I made Rec Room fun again for myself. Alright, I'm very aware of how rudimentary and basic this one sounds, but if you put down the game for a while, there is a huge chance that a decent amount of the friends you used to play with did that too. Rec Room is a social game after all, and your friends are what made it so much fun in the first place. Now, I know most of us are awkward teenagers or even adults, and suddenly since 2020, talking to people and meeting new people has become harder than climbing Mount Everest, but you really just gotta do it. When I say this though, I'm not telling you to just go to a rec center and ask somebody to be your friend. Although that may have been possible back in the day, we're in an era of Rec Room where it really isn't. Or it's a whole lot harder. Even if the person does say yes, they'll probably just shake your hand to get on with their day. In my experience, the best way to make new friends and meet new people is to get involved in something. That's how I met this guy here. Join some clubs, active ones. Join a class, although they're a little weird. Join militaries. Whatever floats your boat, really. And if nothing does, start your own thing. There are millions of Rec Room players now, and there's bound to be another person with similar interests. And to get more involved in things, I would 1,000,000% recommend getting Discord and joining some Rec Room servers. Another great way to meet people in Rec Room is through content creators. Have a RecTuber that you really like, or used to when you played more actively. Some have quit, but there are so many different RecTubers out there now that you're bound to find someone else you like. Tune into their streams, chat in their live chats, join their Discords. Though this is easier said than done, try to join them in games. The best part about that is the other people in the lobby already have a common interest with you. You both like this RecTuber, which already gives you a conversation starter. Not to be that guy, but to be that guy, you should totally join my Discord and tune into my live streams. Anyway, you get the idea. Go do something you enjoy and find people who enjoy the same thing. Rec Room is a phenomenal place to find like-minded people. I'm gonna go out on a whim and assume if you have a VR headset, you probably have a computer or at least a phone. Well, lucky you! Rec Room is offered on both of those devices. If you're traditionally a VR player, I highly recommend checking out Screen Mode. No, I know what you're saying, but don't knock it till you try it. Although it used to be really bad, they've done a whole lot to improve your experience. Not to mention the fact that it's just funny. Something about the robotic movement, the hand gestures, and especially the dances is just really comedic. Screen Mode is also just easier and simpler than VR. The controls are pretty easy to understand, and logging on is just a few buttons. And in most cases, unless you have like an iPhone 5, it'll run pretty smoothly. Understandably, looking at it on a screen and not two lenses that are inches away from your face is a whole lot less physically and mentally taxing. For example, a few weeks ago, Guy, Ruth, and I were all in a VC late at night, and we got kinda bored, so we logged on Screen Mode. We played a few games, and a few games turned into a lot of games, and before we knew it, we were on Rec Room Screen Mode until 5 AM. Although I wouldn't recommend staying up that late, regardless of what you're doing for health and education reasons, I regret nothing about that night. It was a great time. Spending that much time, and if we stayed up that late on VR, would have been so much worse for our bodies and brains. Probably rotting them more than they already are. But honestly, it may sound whack for VR players, but Screen Mode is a really fun time, and so much better than VR for those late night hangouts. Full body avatars is by far Rec Room's most controversial but interesting update. If you dropped the game, you were probably only here when we had bean bodies. Well, surprise, we have arms and legs now. I know the idea sounds outrageous, but after having them for about a month, I'm pretty used to them. I totally recommend trying out these wild things. See what your avatar looks like, see what items work and which don't. Maybe you try self-scaling. It's so big, bro. Oh my god. You could try Rec Room Originals, get hit in the shoe and die in paintball. Figure out the best ways to break something Rec Room spent years of hard work on. There are literal hundreds of bugs you can do with FBA. Like, just look at this.
Just switch back to the bean buddies.
Doesn't that make you want to try it out? The issue with trying this out is it's only available for level 40 and up right now. So if you're not level 40 or more, you gotta level up. Odds are if you once played actively, you're not too far from level 40. Plus, every time you level up, you get a free item. Your level 50 box even gives you a 5-star item. Check out the blog post link in the description for more information on levels and how you can level up the quickest. I know this one is kind of short, but I mean, go check out FBA and level up. There's not much to it. Now, I'm definitely not biased whatsoever, but I think this is the best option. Have you ever wanted to be a rec tuber? What about a rec talker? Maybe you've had the idea, but then thought, I'm not good enough, or I don't even have the time. Well, I'm here to tell you that you should 100% do it, regardless of both of those things. If you've ever had any kind of interest in content creation in Rec Room, there's no better time to start than now. Trust me. I've been in the place where I'll say, oh, I'll do it later, I'm too busy right now. But take it from me, that time may never come. It never came for me personally. So after waiting so long, sitting idly waiting for my life to slow down, even though I'm actively a high school student, so it doesn't, this New Year's Eve I sat down and decided I was gonna make a video. And since then, I've just continued to make videos. Have things in my life slowed down? I wouldn't say majorly no, but I make it work. And I truly encourage you to do so as well. I am honestly the happiest I've ever been doing something I'm passionate about and also living my real life at the same time. No matter where you are in your life, if you still have that dream of being a content creator, get your ass out there and give it a shot. You may find that it's not for you and that's totally fine, but at least you gave it a try. Sorry, side tangent, inspirational message over, back to the topic. Honestly, since I started this channel 4 years ago, Rec Room content creation has always given me more of a reason to play the game. I'm a Rec Room YouTuber and I enjoy making videos, and since I'm a Rec Room YouTuber, I need Rec Room to make the videos that I enjoy making, so it all just kinda comes together. Plus, recording with your friends can be such an amazing time. You're all being a little extra for the camera, probably cracking a few jokes, and I forgot to put this in the script, but it also gives you and your friends a reason to log on and do something. In modern day, you don't just see people anymore, you have to always make plans, and this applies to Rec Room too. So recording is a great way to make plans. Plus, in modern day, there's so many different ways to make Rec Room content. You could make some more cinematic stuff if you're into that. You could just try out a new game and record it with your friends. Or you can do what I'm doing and find an interesting topic and yap about it for a little while. The possibilities are endless, and Rec Room allows for so much creativity in content creation. So again, if you ever wanted to be a Rec Room content creator, go do it! And if you have any questions or want any tips, message me anytime, I'm happy to help. This is open to anybody. After leaving the game for 9 whole months, these are some methods I use to help get back into it. And honestly, I'm enjoying Rec Room more than I have in a really long time. I hope you could take any of these tips and try them out for yourself if you're feeling unmotivated in Rec Room and start enjoying the game again. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Stylezzz. Please subscribe. I love you. Bye.